a PlayStation 4. The issue with this console is that it is overheating and shutting off. So we're going to remove the old thermal compound and replace it with some fresh one. Again, you gotta start by taking off these 3 screws. There's one over here. It's going to be a T8 screwdriver. Once those have been removed, this bottom shell will just kind of pop off. The unit looks pretty decent. Fan seems to be spinning okay, so I don't think it's a fan issue. So we're going to begin and continue by removing the power supply so we can access that thermal compound. Two Phillips on the side, and then that T8 again, one here, one over here, and one over here. And the power supply is the only part that needs to be removed. And there's going to be a little cable over here. Just gotta pull out, get some leverage. Pop right out. I like to stick a little tool underneath the one side because you have these little metal prongs right here that kind of hook into there. Once that's out, you can unplug everything on the motherboard that's connected there, because we are going to be taking off the motherboard. Once that's off, we got a screw right here holding the motherboard in place. Just want to unscrew that. And that's going to be the only screw on this side that's connected to the motherboard. Next, we are going to flip the unit over, pop that off. There's going to be a screw here. In this case, it's already been removed. Once that's off, we're just going to kind of, don't forget these two right here. Once again, it is a T8, and all these screws are the same roughly, so you don't have to really worry about keeping them in track. Once that is off, you kind of just have to pull away, which will expose this little metal plate. Unhook all connectors that you see. And now there's just going to be a few of these T8 screws again on the bottom of this metal bracket here. You can pull out the hard drive, and then we have these last two screws here, and this is the part that actually holds where this thermal compound is located. So once we get these two screws out of here, it'll release this top metal bracket, exposing the motherboard like so. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see in the video, but it is quite dirty. No problem though, we can take care of that. Once that is removed, the thermal compound is right here. Doesn't seem terrible, but could need replacing. But as you can see, that may be the issue as to why there is issues with the PS4 here. So we're going to begin by just getting a little bit of rubbing alcohol on just any piece of paper towels or gauze or whatever you have. Just get that nice and wet. And we're just going to kind of wipe away. And it doesn't all have to be removed, but just try to get rid of as much as you can. Sometimes you might need a little tool to break it up a little bit. The most important though is here on this chip. That is what needs to be cleaned. And I'm going to stop the video here and dust this so it's nice and clean. Alrighty, so now we're just going to begin the reassembly process and the application of the thermal compound. Cleaned it out with the air compressor pretty well, so it looks as close as to brand new as it will. Don't need too much, just a little bit. Just kind of dab that on there. That actually might be a little bit too much. And if you have too much, just wipe the rest off and just kind of rub it in. Just cover that whole chip entirely with that thermal compound. And it shouldn't be caked on there, but it should have a decent layer on it. And if you get it on the outside of this chip, it's alright. The main concern is to get it nice and layered on there. Okay. So once that's done, we can begin the reassembly process. So now we're just going to drop this in right here. Go. Make sure everything looks like it's lined up properly. Once that's on there, we can put our metal bracket back on and just follow those steps in reverse order like we did before. So now that we have all those in there, we can put this hard drive back in and screw the hard drive holder. So once those are all in, we can put this top lid back on. Just gotta press down, snaps into place. Put the screw back. Flip it over. We can reattach all these cords here. Put the power supply one back in. That's done. We can just push this into place. Just kind of press down. Oh, I forgot one screw. Got this little black screw that goes here that connects the motherboard. Cable back in, drop these Phillips on the top. These last 3 T8 screws. Bottom case. Push that together. And this hard drive cover. And this concludes this PlayStation 4 thermal compound replacement. Thank you for watching.